How you doing, guys? Zeta here. So there is somewhat of a breaking news regarding Cyberpunk 2077. I would even say pretty bad news. Well, that is of course my own opinion, and that I think it's pretty bad news. This is regarding that the third-person cutscenes were completely removed from Cyberpunk 2077. So instead, all the cutscenes that were supposed to be as a third-person perspective, they are going to be all first person now. So do you remember about a year ago we got a brand new look, a very first look gameplay into the Cyberpunk and how you will be playing it and everything, how it went with it anyway. So anyway, that part where V was having a sleepover with one of their hookups anyway, the guy basically, because since that gameplay specifically was played by a female, well, again, female males, they're not a part of that. You can be a male having a female's voice, a little bit not of information regarding the Cyberpunk. But either way, so basically we've gotten to see that clip from the third person perspective of our own character. Simply just gets up, looks for a bottle of, whiskey or alcohol, whatever, brushing our teeth, and yeah, pretty much naked-ish. And so yeah, basically this part is not going to be here at all. Or it will be, but it will be all in a first-person perspective, unfortunately. Oh man, that sucks. Like, I personally would like to see variations from first person to a third person. And I completely understand as well why it was made this diversion to a first-person perspective view, since, augmentations that you can apply to your eyes. For example, seeing the ammo count, and you can see the direction that the bullets are going to be, like, say, curled or whatever, right? Okay, that's understandable. But thankfully, we still are going to have some kind of third-person accessibility for the game. Well, basically is driving. There could be some other occasions, but all the cutscenes have been confirmed. They're not gonna be there. At least not third person. Now, anyway, remember the ones that we've got to see as driving, right? It's so basically you can go into the third person perspective and drive. You can do the same thing with the bikes. We've gotten to see that actually at the very newest edited gameplay that CD Projekt Red has showcased it to us while they were streaming it anyway. So many of you will be asking this question, right? So what is the point of going cosmetically, for example, customizing your own character's face and getting the proper jackets that you love, for example, or maybe some kind of cosmetic look, like looks freaking awesome. And mind you, we are going to be in Cyberpunk, means cyberpunkish vibe to it. The styles are going to be insane, and variations is going to be ludicrous. I mean, in a good way, obviously. So what is the point of having all these additions and variations, and yet it's pretty much we're never going to be able to see it for our own selves? Now, don't get me wrong, all these stuff are still going to be viable to some sort of degree, for example, of the perk system. So attributes and attributions and upgrades and extras, whatever. This is this is an RPG, obviously. But I'm not talking about the stacks of bonuses and perks and whatnot. I'm talking about cosmetically the look. Now here's the question, and I think it's a perfect question to ask now, since we're not going to be pretty much seeing our own character from the third person view, except driving and bikes. That kind of sucks. So that's the news, actually. Pretty shocking in my personal opinion, and it really sucks. In some cases, I should say, and I should clarify, I mean, they were not completely removed, all those cutscenes. Instead, they were replaced as similarly, but all of that will be in a first-person perspective. That's pretty much that's all. Now, again, it really does suck. I was not looking forward to this kind of news. Seems like this game is completely taking diversion and, it's taking steps back from the third person. So they're going completely different route since how they went about with the Witcher games, obviously. And now, if you guys did not know, a couple of years ago, it's been rumored, actually was even said, that the game Cyberpunk will be first person and a third person gameplay that you can have, your own choice. and that was removed. It was confirmed, but then it was first-person gunplay and first-person the way you walk around. The only thing was third-person was some cutscenes, and also the third-person moments while you were driving a car. Obviously, that was your choice about the driving. But now, seems like mostly everything is going to be first-person except, thankfully, the driving, because I personally enjoy driving as a third-person perspective, since I really like driving in Grand Theft Auto and games as such, Grand Theft 4, Grand Theft 5, and so on. And yes, don't get me wrong, guys, this is just my personal opinion. I understand some of you may like first-person perspective, like you have feeling that you are handling the wheels and seeing the how you change the gears and stuff. And for example, as well, Formula 1, those types of driving, and that's acceptable in my personal opinion. I think I like that as well. But if there's a choice, I will, if there's a choice, I will still go for a third person, because I'm more of a third person gameplay my primary way of playing anyway. This is why I like so much of these Neo, Dark Souls, and oh god, The Division. So many more of the third person perspective games, more than the first person games. But anyway, that's just my personal preference. It's kind of sad news personally for me. I'm sure it will be pretty sad news for many of you as well. And maybe it could be good news as well for a couple of you. Who knows? Who knows? Well, I'm gonna let you go now. Thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe. And yeah, have an awesome day. And as always, have a good one.